Welcome back to Voyager Through the Time. Today we invite you to join our family on a very special journey, a journey to discover the breathtaking beauty of Eastern Canada and create unforgettable memories together. Early morning in Burlington, Ontario, the first light still clung to a thin veil of mist over the rooftops. Our family of 14, from the silver hair of the elders to the pure ringing laughter of the little ones, joined hands and stepped into a long journey filled with quiet anticipation. This was not merely a trip across Eastern Canada, it was a journey of the heart. We would leave behind the familiar streets to embrace the vast blue sea, the cool salty breeze, and stories still waiting to be told. Along every mile, laughter would rise, hands would hold tighter, and memories would be written in simple yet profound moments. The older ones would slowly share tales of the past, while the children would ask with wide-eyed wonder, "Does the ocean ever end?" Each of us carried the same quiet belief. No matter how far the road stretched, we would remain side by side. The sea would hold us, the wind would whisper the soft language of kinship, and beautiful stories would take root in that wide open space. This journey would not only lead us to new lands, it would bring us closer to one another. 14 hearts beating as one through a path of love and hope. Québec, a gentle pause after a long journey. After many hours rolling along endless stretches of highway, Québec appeared like a gentle oasis in the middle of our long journey. We stepped out of the car with a bit of fatigue, but were immediately soothed by the crisp air and the charming, historic beauty of the city. Small roadside eateries filled the air with the comforting aroma of hot food, warming us right away after the long drive. We gathered around a simple meal that tasted surprisingly wonderful, sharing little stories from the road and laughing at the tiny moments that had passed unnoticed. Those soft laughs lifted the tiredness from our shoulders, reminding us how precious these pauses can be. Quebec wasn't meant to be a major destination on this trip, yet it offered us a truly valuable moment of rest, a place where the whole family could recharge, breathe a little slower, and enjoy being together before continuing our adventure across Eastern Canada. And as we got back into the car, everyone felt lighter, refreshed, and more excited for the beautiful experiences waiting ahead. New Brunswick, sea, bridges, and endless roads. Leaving Quebec behind, we continued our journey eastward, and New Brunswick unfolded like a vast natural painting stretching across the horizon. Coastal roads curved gently along the shoreline, sometimes hidden, sometimes glowing under the sunlight, making the whole family pause in quiet admiration. The ocean breeze drifted through the car windows, carrying the salty scent of the sea and a peaceful feeling unique to this region. Inside the car, the children excitedly pointed at the long bridges stretching over deep blue waters, while the adults sat quietly, letting their minds wander with the scenery outside. Every mile we passed revealed a new charm, as if the road itself was guiding us closer and closer to the open ocean ahead. New Brunswick wasn't a place we stayed long, yet it gifted us a beautifully gentle moment. The laughter of the kids, the whisper of the sea breeze, and the sense that our long journey suddenly felt lighter. It was a stretch of road that opened our hearts, filling us with anticipation for all the wonderful things waiting further along the way. Lunenburg, a vibrant and historic seaside town, Lunenburg appeared before us like a vivid painting, filled with the bright colours of a charming seaside town. The old wooden houses, painted in striking shades of red, blue and yellow, glowed under the sunlight, creating a scene that felt both peaceful and full of life. We paused in front of the quaint little shops, each carrying the unmistakable spirit of Nova Scotia, with maritime-themed signs inviting us to step inside and explore. Beyond its colourful streets, Lunenburg offered experiences that felt truly unique. A horse-drawn carriage moved slowly through town, its rhythmic footsteps echoing on the pavement as if carrying us back to another era. Down at the waterfront, the atmosphere shifted, rugged, historic and deeply connected to the sea. A massive whale skeleton rested proudly on the wooden dock, right beside the striking black and gold Cape Sable vessel, creating a scene that was impossible to forget. Lunenburg's beauty wasn't just in its scenery, but in the feeling it gave us, a place that made us want to linger, to breathe a little deeper, and to capture every moment of our family's journey together. Peggy's Cove, the lighthouse under the blue sky. Leaving Lunenburg behind, we continued our journey toward Peggy's Cove, one of the most iconic and breathtaking places in Nova Scotia. As soon as we arrived, the scenery unfolded before us like a masterpiece of nature. Massive granite rocks stretching endlessly, shaped by wind and waves over centuries. The strong ocean breeze carried the salty scent of the Atlantic, adding a sense of wild beauty to the moment. Standing proudly in the middle of this vast landscape was the famous white and red lighthouse, rising against the clear blue sky like a timeless guardian of the coast. Our little ones stood atop the smooth rocks, shading their eyes from the sun, gazing into the distance with curiosity and excitement. We wandered across the rocky terrain, capturing photos and soaking in the crisp sunlight that made Peggy's Cove glow. It wasn't just the scenery that made this place unforgettable. It was the feeling of being humbled by nature's grandeur while sharing quiet, precious moments together as a family. Peggy's Cove gave us memories that will stay with us long after the journey ends. Burntcoat Head Park, the wonder of the world's highest tides. Along our journey through Nova Scotia, Burntcoat Head Park appeared as a surprisingly captivating stop. Known for having the highest tides in the world, the park offered us a chance to understand the incredible forces of nature. Standing before the educational displays explaining the science of tides, the pull of the moon, the movement of the ocean, we felt as if a new window had opened, revealing the quiet magic behind these natural phenomena. The landscape of Burntcoat Head Park carried a unique charm. Wide stretches of rocky ground, patches of deep green forest, and the gentle breath of the sea carried by the wind. Our family walked slowly along the paths, taking in the scenery, talking, and enjoying the peaceful atmosphere that seemed to embrace the entire area. Though it was only a brief stop on our long journey, Burntcoat Head Park left us with an unexpected sense of calm. It was the kind of place that makes you want to linger a little longer, to listen to the ocean, to appreciate the wonders that nature creates quietly every day. And as we continued on our way, we felt enriched, carrying with us a deeper appreciation for the world around us. Ferry ride, a journey across the sea. To reach Prince Edward Island, we drove our car onto the ferry, a signature experience of Eastern Canada that everyone should try at least once. The moment the wheels touched the deck, the ocean breeze swept in, carrying the salty scent of the Atlantic and the rhythmic sound of waves brushing against the hull. The deep hum of the engine blended with the wind, creating a unique symphony of the sea. Our family stepped out of the car and wandered along the ferry's walkways, taking in the view. The massive steel beams, thick cables, and familiar safety signs formed a scene that felt both industrial and poetic. Looking out toward the horizon, the vast blue ocean stretched endlessly, occasionally dotted with seabirds gliding by. The children were thrilled to see our car floating across the water, while the adults captured photos to preserve this special moment. The ferry ride was short, yet it offered a refreshing shift in pace, a gentle bridge across the sea that made our journey feel even more meaningful and memorable. Prince Edward Island, beaches, churches, and lighthouses. Prince Edward Island unfolded before us like a peaceful painting of eastern Canada. The island carries a gentle charm, quiet lighthouses standing against blue skies and white sand, sunlit coastal roads, and old churches with their iconic red roofs. We drove past lush green fields swaying softly in the wind, then stopped at a small lighthouse perched by the edge of the sea. The afternoon sunlight cast a golden glow across the water, turning the entire scene into something almost poetic. Every corner of PEI invited us to linger a little longer. A quiet beach with barely a footprint, a narrow road leading into a sleepy town, or a historic church nestled among tall trees. Each place had its own story, its own quiet beauty, waiting to be discovered. Prince Edward Island isn't loud or hurried. Its beauty lies in the way it encourages you to slow down, breathe a little deeper, and savor every moment spent together as a family. Family moments on the boat by the sea. Among all the moments of our journey, the one we cherish most is when the whole family stood together on the boat's deck, surrounded by the endless blue sky and the vast open sea. The ocean breeze swept across us, carrying its salty scent, brushing through our hair and clothes, giving us a feeling of freedom and peacefulness that's hard to describe. The children ran around the deck, laughing as they watched the white waves chase each other along the side of the boat. The adults leaned against the railing, sharing hugs and capturing photos to preserve this beautiful moment in the heart of nature. Looking out into the distance, the sea stretched endlessly, merging with the clear sky as if there were no boundary between them. In that moment, we felt we were truly living every second to the fullest. No rush, no worries, just the sound of laughter, the whisper of the wind, and the presence of the people we love most. It was a small moment, yet it carried a deep meaning in our journey. Seafood delight, lobster and family dinner. Among all the experiences in Eastern Canada, our lobster dinner was one of the moments we cherished most. The bright red lobsters, freshly steamed and still warm, filled the air with the rich aroma of cold water seafood. They were placed on the table so invitingly that everyone gathered around with eager anticipation. Laughter and conversation blended with the crisp sound of cracking lobster shells, creating a warm and joyful atmosphere. The children were excited to try this iconic Canadian dish for the first time, while the adults enjoyed each bite as they reminisced about the journey so far. Surrounded by the deep flavors of the ocean, we felt a strong sense of togetherness, a simple meal that carried a profound feeling of comfort and happiness. For us, the lobster wasn't just food, it became a beautiful memory of the trip, a moment where everyone shared joy, warmth, and the pleasure of being together. Ending the journey, the road back to Halifax. The roads leading back to Halifax stretched quietly before us, gently reminding us that every journey, no matter how beautiful, eventually comes to an end. As the car rolled past rows of trees and sunlit coastal stretches, we found ourselves slowing down inside, wanting to savor the final moments of this trip. In that peaceful atmosphere, each of us carried our own reflections. Excitement fulfilled, fatigue faded away, and the warmth of the days spent together still lingering softly. The stories we shared, The laughter that echoed and the family moments we captured all became precious memories we knew would stay with us for a long time. The journey may end, but the feelings do not. And as we looked at one another in the gentle evening light, we understood something simple yet profound. Family is what makes every journey meaningful, turning even the smallest moments into something worth remembering. Thank you for following this journey with our family. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe to Voyager Through the Time, and turn on the notification bell to join us on our next adventures. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.